Hello Vaultheads, you are watching the self-proclaimed, sarcastically named Captain KeyForge, also known as PJ Broughton of the Steel City Snufflegators.
And here we are with another Dark Tidings Crucible gameplay video. This is a Dark Discovery deck, which is the new Unfathomable House Key Cheat, which involves discarding cards from the top of your opponent's deck, putting them on the bottom of the deck and guessing what they are. So if you look at this draw for me, you'll see that I've got one of those cards, the one that allows me to look at three and then put any of those three on the bottom of the deck. I've also got in my opening hand Think Twice, which will allow me to get it out of my discard pile and get it into my archive. So I would have been really foolish to mulligan that. So yeah, that's what I've done there. I've played the drawn down, I've looked at the top three cards of my opponent's deck, put one on the bottom, and that's going to be the end of my turn one. Now I'm playing against one of my teammates, Fabled Alpaca. As you can see, he's gone into logos, played down Ganymede Archivist, Anomaly Exploiter and another Archivist. That's a good turn. And he's using his best coater deck at the moment, which is 83 SAS. It's his best coater deck. It's a good deck. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I've gone into Shadows, I've borrowed the Anomaly Exploiter, played Gaspipe Malone and Captain No Beard. So Simon's then gone back into logos himself, reaped with Ganymede Archivist, which has let him archive a card, reap with the other one, archive another card. Has he got any more logos cards to use? I mean, as you can see, yes, I've got a couple of Shadows creatures on the board, but that logos turn that's there could be quite a turn. So he's played Twin Bolting Mission as well and dealt 2 damage to the 2 Shadows creatures. So I've gone into logos, I put down Novo Archaeologist, who when he reaps archives a card, put down Old Egad, who when he gets destroyed will ward his neighbours, put down Brain Eater as well, then put down Infomorph, and then I'm playing Forgive or Forget to archive drawn down. Yeah, so I already know one of the bottom 2 cards of his deck because of that. That one I can play it again and put the other one down there. And yeah, I mean, that's not a bad draw again, is it? So Fabled Alpaca's gone into this, he's played Fear, or he's discarded Fear and then played Gateway to this to wild my board, which is probably a good shout. So as you can see, I've gone into Unfathomable and I've called my archive. And then I've played Drawn Down, played Dark Discovery, and then I will name the 2 cards, which is Gongoozle and Dodger and Forge a Key. I mean, I've got to say, I was very lucky there in how I drew them. I really was. Having the best of the 2 draw setup cards in my hand and the Think Twice, not the Think Twice, the Forgive or Forget was very handy and allowed me to trigger that very, very easily. But yeah, that's how easy that card can be to trigger and get you a key. So, Fabled Alpaca's gone into Shadows and he's put down a Carlo Phantom. I mean, the Scooped is going to kill it, and so it's not going to capture one from its own side. There's nothing to Cement Shoes is good and it will kill as well. But yeah, we've just got. I've decided to go into logos just because I'd like to get some value out of those steel cards in the Shadows. Fabled Alpaca's gone into this and put down the Lash of Broken Dreams. There we go. So I've gone in to Unfathomable. I've played Sink or Swim, and I've played the Guiltspine Netcaster, and then I've passed the turn again. Because as I say, I'm just hoping some creatures come down so I can Scooped and Cement Shoes and deal 4 damage to a creature, capture 1 from his side, and then kill it and raise the tide. Failed Alpaca's gone into shadows again. Although I've got to say that the Hornswoggle against that Lash of Broken Dreams would be nice. So he's Reek with the Carla Phantom. Has he got anything else in there to do something with? He's got Pawn Sacrifice. Probably going to kill those 2 creatures. And killed one of them. There we go. Play Relentless Whispers to steal 1. And then he's passed the turn to me. I mean, so do I Hornswoggle now to stop him? Not a lot there to do, really, is there? So I've played the Portal because, again, I'm just looking for some value out of those Shadows cards. So I've played the Portal there. Right, there we go. So we've got an Umbra, we've got a Bad Penny. Pass the turn to me. So again, the Scooped, it's not going to work. So yeah, again, I've gone from Fathomable. I've drawn the Portal, played the Portal, archived the Portal. Right, there you go. So now he's gone into this. He's played Snudge and Dominator Bauble, and then used Lash to stop me forging. So now I can actually get some value out of these Shadows cards. I mean, that was stalling there for me. I probably ought to have ditched some of those cards, but with that free key that I'd got, it wasn't like I was massively behind. And now, yeah, Scoops has captured 1 from his own side onto Snudge, play the Cement Shoes to raise the tide. Well, it's already raised, but you know, Hornswoggle. There's no point Hornswoggling the Dominator Bauble, really. I might as well Hornswoggle the Lash because it stops him using it against me. Then we can play Stir Up Trouble to return the Bad Penny to his hand, deal 1 to the Umbra, play One-Eyed Willer, and use my Shadows Anomaly Exploiter because of Borrow to kill the Umbra. And then pass the turn. So, yeah, you can see that I did get some good value out of them when I've done them. Because how much amber I've got on that turn. And I've Hornswoggled the Lash, so he's not using that to take me off check. I could well have some Shadows cards. So, he's gone into logos, he's played Reverse Time. Played Wild Wormhole, gone Goozled off Wild Wormhole, dealt 3 damage to One-Eyed Willer. Play Fogify to stop me from using cards to fight on the next turn. That's mainly just for the amber bonus, isn't it? And then played Dexter, captured 1 on Dexter. Played Lab Work, archive a card, gain an amber. Got himself to check as well, which is good. Used Phase Shift, so that'll be a card out of house. Restring Guntus, that's a good one. What's he going to rule out for me? That's the question. Logos. I mean, that's lucky for me. Because if he'd ruled out the Unfathomable, look at the Unfathomable. Killigod's Trench. So Portal, play it, archive it. Photic Raider, capture 2. Photic Raider, capture 2. Killigod's Trench, capture 1. That'll destroy the Restring Guntus at the end of my turn. And dive deep just to basically mess with his deck. Because that's all that's going to do. So there we go. So we'll put Dexter on the bottom of his deck. There we go. And I also discarded library access there. Right. Yeah, uses dive deep to discard library access and return Dexter to the bottom of his deck. I mean, the discarding of the library access is much better than getting rid of the Dexter, to be honest. So Fabled Alpaca's gone into shadows. They've used bait and switch to steal one. Played Bad Penny. Played Pawn Sacrifice to deal 3 damage to both those 4-tick raiders, who are both power 6 because of the tide being high. I mean, if he raises the tide, they'll die. He's got another Pawn Sacrifice. So there we go. So he's got rid of 2 4-tick raiders, got 5 back off the back of that. Played Bad Penny down. Hit with Relentless Whispers, I like that. Played Bad Penny again. Played Carla Phantom. Played Umbra. I mean, that was quite a big turn. Look at the big 11 amber there. I like that. So look at that. Well, we'll Hornswoggle the Lash of Broken Dreams and cost him 3. It's got to be done, hasn't it? Then we'll play down Hard Simpson as well. I mean, it is elusive, so we'd be able to hit it once. Because Umbra's going to get killed at the end of the turn because of Killigog's Trench. But yeah, he'd have to basically hit it with Carla Phantom and Bad Penny to actually deal 1 point of damage and steal 1. Which, when I've only got 2 ambers, probably not worth doing. It's probably just worth reaping with the 2 Shadows creatures if you're going to go Shadows. As you can see, got quite a big logos hand there. I'll say this: the Eureka being alpha and the science don't work well together. That's quite a non-bow. I mean, I still like the deck because, again, the Unfathomable Key Cheat is reasonably consistent. I mean, you saw how easy I got it to go off. There are times when it gets locked out and you can't trigger it, but probably goes off in more than half of the games that I play. And where it doesn't, it's probably my own fault for not playing into it or mixing the cards up and playing it wrong. So yeah, as you see, I went into Shadows and put down the other Hard Simpson. So Fabled Alpaca's gone into this. They've played Dominator Bauble, Stolen. Played Dominator Bauble, and now they've used the Dominator Bauble to reap with Carla Phantom and then played Snudge. Okay. And then they've passed the turn back to me. So I can go for the logos. Which is what I've gone for, just because I had so much of it. Or I could have gone for the Shadows and done something with the Hard Simpson. There we go. As you can see, I've played down the Old Egad and played down the Captain Crusade. I mean, the science going to archive wasn't the end of the world. Shame about the creature, but again, you know, that's the point. That's why Eureka's alpha. So he's reaped with Snudge and he's put Hard Simpson back in my hand. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'll say this: it was going to get killed on my next turn anyway, because of Killigog's Trench, because it's 3 power on Killigog's Trench. So he's used Dominator Bauble to reap with Carla Phantom. And it's getting pretty tight now. 2 keys each, 5 each. got a bit to work with. He's discarded the gateway to this, which makes sense. He's used Lash of Broken Dreams. And then he's passed the turn to me, so I've gone for logos, pulled the archive, play Science Nods, it's going to do anything, play down the old Gegad, reap with Captain Presage, reap with old Egad, pass the turn on 7, Captain Killigog's Trench gets rid of Snudge. See, that's the thing there. If I put down those 2 Hard Simpsons, they both had got destroyed that turn anyway. So, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do anything with them next turn. I tell you what, if he'd got into check there on more than 6, I think I'd have been in trouble. I think that would have been the game. But yes, that was fortunate. So he's gone Lash. So that'll stop me forging. Dominator Bauble, Carla Phantom to reap, put himself in check. Play Fear to return one of the cards back to my hand. And then he's passed the turn. I mean, obviously I can't forge, but I can stop him forging because, again, I have got the loot or pillage. So yeah, gone for the shadows. Put down the Hard Simpsons. Loot or pillage. And I've chosen to capture 3 onto the creature that's got 2 armour, because with the 2 creatures he's got down, he's not even going to do anything to it. He's going to just hit the armour. And again, at the moment, until he gets something in shadows to steal from me, he keeps having to go into this to use Lash of Broken Dreams. So I'm hoping I've basically forced him to go this again and have to lash me, because if I have, that's probably going to allow me to win the game. So he's gone into logos. Maybe he's got double Dexters. He's got Ganymede Archivist, Fogify, Dexter, Ganymede Archivist, Twin Bolt Emission, Twin Bolt Emission on Old Egad and Old Egad. The armour stops them from going though, and then he's passed the turn to me, so I managed to win that game. So yeah, hope you enjoyed watching the Unfathomable Key Cheat go off. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Feel free to like, subscribe. You can comment on here, on Twitter, on Facebook, by email. If you'd like to support the stream, you can add me on Patreon to help me get tokens to give to my viewers and podcast listeners, or to open more decks on stream. And as ever, may the Forge be with you.